Testing, 1, 2. Yes, yes. Okay. Hi guys, how's it going? You probably know me. I'm the rad scientist, Vinny Ratlock, the person in charge of this glorious thing that is called Pollux Power Pro P3W. And something happened over the course of this past week that resulted in a long, drawn-out phone call that turned out to be something else. And in the process of it, after talking to some people, they said maybe you should go ahead and make this public for reasons. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's say you guys know Pollux Power Pro. We've been around now since 2023. Matter of fact, before that, a part of the umbrella promotion, Zabadass Pro, had the very first match back in August 13th, 2006. And that was just one match, a part of a big show, which then became its own show at In Conjunction in 2023. And we have now ran, I want to say, close to 20 shows now over the past 4 years, with the help of not just In Conjunction, but some of our own solos that we have done, as well as World Oddities Expo picking us up to be a part of their tour. So, with that in mind, we were looking for talking about other options to still keep getting our name out for performances and whatnot. Also, with the fact that our next show with World Oddities Expo is not going to be now until December, early December in Chicago. So that leaves us with September, October, and November, 3 months. And when you are running a promotion like this and you are starting to gain steam, one of the problems becomes when you take a hiatus that long, you burn out. People will suddenly think that it's over. They will not really care anymore. And, by the time you come back, they're like, well, where have you been? We don't care anymore. I've seen it happen too many times with other promotions that have gone on hiatuses and stuff in professional wrestling and other ventures as well. So we are currently doing what we can to get some kind of venues going on and some performances that will keep us fresh in people's heads, especially when we're doing our recordings for our Thursday Thunder shows. But as we were working on this online, we were reached out to by a couple people asking us about interest in being a part of a documentary. And what this documentary is they basically asked if I was a father, and they're like, "So you run Pollux Power Pro?" I'm like, "Yes." They said, "You're also a dad, right?" Oh, yeah. Well, they're doing a documentary about a dadpreneurs in general. And they said, we think your promotion, you and your business would be a good fit for this, and we'd like to set up a phone interview. I was like, okay, cool. So the whole time I'm getting texts from them talking to me about their excitement, trying to get me involved and my promotion and everything like that. And so I'm like, okay, we haven't even had the phone call yet, and they've been basically buttering me up. They've been giving me the rub. And that's when I got the call this morning. I talked to this person, seemed very nice. Basically said, we'd like to get a little bit of history of your stuff. We think that you would be a perfect fit for what we are doing. For this documentary. That's why we want you. And so I gave them a quick rundown from point A to now, talking about our success, talking about our shows and everything like that. And as they are doing that, they then come to the second part where they said, "Do you have any questions for us?" And I pointed out the fact that, yes, I said, I am very into staying together with my family. I am a caretaker. And I said, if I want to know where it was, and they said it's going to be in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I said, okay, I would need to have my family along with me since they are doing a 4-day, 5 nights, because they basically told me the documentary itself was originally going to be a series, but instead it is a documentary showing a handful of not only entrepreneurs, but dads and having them juggle their home life along with trying to become a successful business. And so it went from being a documentary to now it's sounding like they're trying to make a game show out of it. They said, yeah, it's going to have like a game show-esque thing. I went, okay, so the end result would be winning money or something like that. And they were like, well, you're getting experience from coaches and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, okay, what is going on here? This is no longer sounding like a documentary. The only reason why they're trying to make it sound like a documentary is because they're filming it like you would do Big Brother or something like that. You're doing challenges and playing a game. You're not really actually working on your promotion itself. It's basically playing games and tests to see how good you are at selling your product, your business, kind of like doing like a Shark Tank thing, I guess. And I was like, okay. And so when I asked about having my family with me, because I need to have them close, they then said, well, we can probably do that. Get you the hotel for that. That'd be another $1,000. And I was like, another $1,000? What does that mean? So you're saying I have to pay for my family? Well, yeah, you'd have to pay the $1,000. Okay, so this is not one of those you want me. No, we do. We want you. Okay, so if you want me, why am I paying the money? She goes, well, it would end up being $4,000 just for you, and then $1,000 for my family. So I'm like, okay, so you want me to pay you $5,000 so that I can be there to do what I normally do, so you can film me and you get footage. You get to put your documentary out there that you're saying is a documentary, um, and reap all the benefits. And I basically just spend $5,000 to do a 4-day course on trying to make a better product, which my product is pretty good the way it is. She said, oh, yeah, because I was like, so you are not actually doing a documentary. And I did. I flat out said, look, sorry, if you want me, like you've been saying, you would actually be paying me to come over to Oklahoma and do this. That was the first thing that boggled me, was if you're looking for people to be a part of a documentary, if you're looking to do a documentary on somebody, and you said that is perfect, why would you tell them that they need to give you money? I want you to be in my documentary. Please give me $5,000. That doesn't work. That doesn't make any sense. That's a scam. I talked to several of my friends about it too. A couple of them have done documentaries in the past, and they basically said, if I want to do a documentary with somebody, it's kind of a quid pro quo thing. I use my cinematography skills, my editing, and telling the story. You provide yourself and what you're doing that I'm going to film. So you are making my content. It's mutual symbiosis. They're not wanting to do that. That would be like me going up to, I don't know, like Bruce Campbell saying, hey, I want you to be in the next Evil Dead. Can you give me $2 million so you can be in it? Doesn't make any sense. So yeah, after talking to them, I said that basically what they are doing is they're saying it's a documentary, and then they changed it to where it's more of a game show style documentary. And which honestly what it is you are going to be paying them to advertise for your business in a 60 to an hour and 15-minute film. So you're basically just paying for a really long commercial. That's silly. So I did. I was already seeing through it, and that's why I basically cut her off and said, no, this is not going to happen. If you really wanted me to be a part of it, I would not have to pay you to be a part of it. You would come and just bring me in, and we talk about it. We do it. That's how it's supposed to be done. And everybody, I've talked to a lot of filmmakers already, especially those based out of Indiana, and there's some that have even reached out to me that are in California. There's a couple over in Canada and down in Alabama and stuff like that. All of them saying the same thing. If they're wanting to do a documentary for you, they are either going to look to do a mutual thing, or they're going to pay you because they want footage of you. Okay, so I didn't feel like I was done yet because they actually said, a couple of my friends in the business actually flat out said, look, go public with this and make a statement for the fact that you are currently doing something no one else is doing. And they took a shine to it and they really like the idea of what you're doing. Therefore, if they cannot get you to do it for them within their rules, they may try to do the equivalence without you and basically, steal my stuff. It happens time to time. There's in Hollywood and movie making and stuff like that, ideas are always stolen because the whole point is they may know somebody with more credentials or more capital that can make a bigger, more grander version of what I do, and I'm left in the dust. Yes, I'm the first person to ever do this. I'm currently the only person to ever do this. Will I always be the only one to ever do this? More than likely not. More than likely somebody will see what I'm doing that can't get me to their area and go, I should do it. And they will start doing what I do. It I've seen it too many times. There was the whole story about pitching movie ideas at these different like haunted conventions or horror conventions and stuff, and a person had the idea for a movie called National Fight Day, and basically just sat there and plugged it and tried to talk up and pitch this idea for the film. Which after they shot it down, two of the people that were part of the ones that shot it down ended up writing The Purge. So there you go. And that's why I'm out here doing and here right now talking to you guys, giving you this public statement that they reached out to me to be a part of this documentary and then ultimately wanted me to pay them to be a part of the documentary. It's a scam. They're trying to scam me. They're going to scam a whole bunch of other people because there's going to be people like, this is going to be a good move for my business. But if they understand that what they are doing is paying minimum $4,000 to basically run an hour-long ad for their business, then by all means, you go ahead and do it if you think your business needs that kind of exposure. I know we're doing well right now. We are, because we have already done, just in this year, we have done shows in Detroit. We have done shows in Cincinnati, Columbus, Louisville. We've been all over the Midwest. We're getting ready to do Chicago in 3 months, 4 months. So, like I said, all we're doing right now is we are looking into smaller venues because with it being professional thumb wrestling, it's a novelty thing. Nobody's seen it before. Not a whole lot of people know about it. We're on here on this YouTube channel. You can check it out anytime you want. But we know that we're not going to, like, we're lucky enough that when we tour with World Oddities Expo, we're performing in front of 400 or 500 people. And then another 100 to 200 people in passing will stop and check out the matches and stuff. So we are blessed by that. And that is how we are been getting our popularity. Now, at the same time, when we run our own show, I doubt we're going to fill the convention center just to watch thumb wrestling. So we are looking into smaller venues that would fit anywhere between 75 to maximum 125 people. And or we're even open to doing shows. The whole thing with thumb wrestling is we're not bringing in a giant 16 by 16 ring. Our ring is this big. Matter of fact, we have a couple other ring ideas that we are doing right now in the essence of more of a luchador style 6-sided ring, even a Halloween themed coffin shaped ring. We're even talking about doing cage matches, and the idea we have for that, I can't wait to show you, but we have to get some shows going so that we can show you what these ideas are. So real quick, before I left, after I talked to these people, I decided I still wanted to give this person somewhat of a response, knowing that they more than likely will not read it, but I just basically threw it out into the aether just to know that I did tell them how I felt about the ending of this conversation, and I am going to show you this text message right now. I know you probably don't care to hear from me again. You probably won't even really read this as I'm no longer running candidate. But I still want to get this out. really disappointed. We will be realizing a video on our channel discussing this phone call with our fans. Oh my god, I shouldn't have done talk to text. I also just got off the phone with a couple of my friends that make documentaries and do well off of them. Every single one of them have told me that whatever you're doing a documentary of, you do not make the subject of the documentary pay to be in it. No matter if your documentary is helping them out or not, it is ultimately their documentary that they will be making money off of. They basically told me that you guys are actually doing is having us pay you to advertise for our business, and I'm sorry I didn't see that sooner. And it breaks my heart that you were using this method. Because honestly, if you like my business enough and you really wanted me to be on your show, you would be paying me to show up, not vice versa. The other reason I'm publicly documenting this is because I've had ideas and projects stolen before from other people that have better means to make a success before I could have the chance to do it on my own. So by putting this out here as soon as possible publicly, I will be putting my footprint down so that if anybody else decides they want to start doing the same thing I am, I at least have evidence that I did this first. I know you'll definitely find some people that are willing to pay you to be a part of this documentary, but I am going to be a success through my own efforts. I do hope you have a better day. Trying to be polite, but at the same time, this okay, is how so there you go. I'm sorry that you guys probably sat here for God knows, we're probably at like 17, 18 minutes right now. I do appreciate it if you sat around to actually watch and listen to what we had to say about this, because it was exciting at first knowing that somebody that knew about what we're doing thought it was good enough to actually film a documentary about us. But then it was sad knowing that it was basically a scam. They were like, oh no, we do, but you have to pay us. Stupid. But I do know that there is a good idea to have this done as a documentary, for the fact that when we did the Indianapolis show last November, I did a little mini vlog / documentary showing myself going to the show, showing clips of the matches, even setting up as a vendor and whatnot, and going back and forth and talking about it. That was maybe 27 to 30 minutes, and it got a lot of views on its streaming, on the streaming site, which is independentwrestling.tv. I think over the course of this, since November until now, we have made a substantial amount of money off of just that video, knowing that it's only a penny per minute. So knowing how much that we have made off it tells me that a lot of people were intrigued by that short, that mini doc, or whatever you want to call it. 27 to 30 minute documentary about me running Pollux Power Pro. So if I know there can be that many views on only one streaming channel for something like this, if an actual professional that knew how to do documentaries right off the bat came in and actually said, get a show going, we're going to film it, we're going to do some behind the scenes stuff, interviews and everything like that, and then we'll put all that together, I have a feeling they have something that would be worthy of being on other streaming services, or even small theatrical releases, throughout smaller venues, smaller theaters, more independent mom and pop theaters, something like that. And then DVD sales and Blu-ray sales. So if you are out there and you are a documentarian and you want to actually show everything that goes into me running a professional thumb wrestling show, like, it will appeal not only to wrestling fans, but even people that don't watch wrestling, because that's one of the things that I noticed is a lot of people in our fan base are not actual wrestling fans. They just like the funny idea of us beating each other up just so we have the chance to pin their thumb. And it's an awesome thing. Like I said, we've been gaining a lot of ground, and we've gotten a lot of fan base on it now. So it doesn't seem like it would hurt for that next step to be somebody to actually come and, basically give a wider look into the world of professional thumb wrestling. So if you are out there and you are a documentarian and this does pique your interest, you can email me right here, and we can get talking about that, because why not? They thought it was a good enough idea to try to scam me out of $5,000 and still get my footage and talk to me about it and stuff. Why don't we work something out where it's a mutual symbiosis and we both make well on it? What do you say? All right, until next time, guys, remember, thumbs up. I don't have anything else other than that. But science!